Hi, Assalamualaikum, and very good morning to honored judges, esteemed opposition, and fellow audience. As the first speaker for the proposition, I firmly believe that student entrepreneurs should expand their business internationally. Doing so not only enhance their entrepreneurial journey but also contribute to their personal and professional growth. Okay, let me present 4 points in support of the mention. Okay, so number one is bigger market and faster growth. According to the Harvard Business Review 2024, international expansion open to largest and more diverse market, enabling startup to achieve faster scalability and growth. Students who explore foreign market can tap into new customer base and leverage global demand for innovation solution. And number two is accurate learning and innovation. 2018 study for Springer highlight that entering international market accurate learning through exposure to different culture. Student entrepreneur can gain valuable insight that drive creativity, innovation, and adaptability. Skill crucial for surviving in dynamic global economy. And number three is global network and access to funding. The World Economic Forum 2025 emphasizes that global networking empower young innovator to build connection with investor, mentor, and institution across a border. This access to funding and partnership can strengthen business resilience and long-term sustainability. And number four is diversification and resilience. Lastly, Forbes 2024 notes that expanding international helps startup diversity risk. Rather than relying on a single domestic market, student can spread operation across multiple regions, making their venture more resilient against local economy downturn or market saturation. In conclusion, international expansion is not a risk, it's an opportunity for growth, learning, and global impact. Next, I will pass to Mohammed Danish. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Fawaz. So while the proposition presents about the international expansion as a golden opportunity, they actually have overlooked the significant practical barriers that make it unrealistic for the students entrepreneurs. So firstly, my first references from Pankar in 2022, it explains that expanding abroad involves high costs and financial burdens from logistic to legal compliance, which most students cannot afford. Secondly, from Duran in 2024 reveals that the culture and regulatory barriers often leads to the de-internationalization as a young entrepreneurs struggles to adapt the foreign business laws and customer behavior. So the third one is Nguyen says in 2024 argues that the pursuing foreign expansion can lead to focus dilatation and academic disruption. So students juggling studies and business risk, sacrificing academic performance and losing focus on their education. And lastly, from Syed and Levin in 2024, highlighted a high failure rate among early international ventures, especially those who are lacking in maturity and resources. So, which many started withdraw from foreign markets while within the first year. Hence, the notion that students can simply expand globally is far from reality. So, it's a path filled with risk, cost, and potential failure. So for the honorable justice, as the first opposition speaker, I would like to strongly assert the international expansion is not suitable for student entrepreneurs. First point is the high cost and financial burdens. It shows that small and medium-sized enterprises, even established ones, face major financial strain when going global. So for the students with the limited funding will have the challenges is even greater. For the second point is the culture and regulatory barriers is indicate the navigator from foreign laws, tax system and culture expectation often leads to the miscommunication and market withdrawal and students simply lack the resources to manage the complexity. The third point is focus dilution and academic disruption. So it says that managing a business while studying can delegate focus, reducing the productivity in both areas, and academic commitments should remain a priority. And last point is high failure rate of early internalization. It emphasizes the early internalization often result in a failure due to lack of preparation, experiences, and support. So students shouldn't strengthen their domestic presence before think globally. Thus, while the idea sounds visionary, it is neither practical nor suitable for the student entrepreneurship. Or pass back to Fawaz.
Okay. Thank you, Danish. The opposition highlight valid concern, yet these challenges are manageable and educational. Okay, firstly, regarding cost, global digitalization has reduced a barrier through online platform and e-commerce. Student can test market virtual before investing heavily. And secondly is culture and legal challenge. Not a obstacle, but opportunity for learning, exposure to diversity and change, adaptability, a key entrepreneurial trait. And thirdly is balancing academic and business teach time management and responsibility, vital skill for real world success. And lastly, why early failure is exists. They are part of a learning curve. Great entrepreneur like Elon Musk and Jack Ma also face fail before succeeding globally. Hence, rather than avoiding risk, students should embrace calculate international opportunity as part of their growth journey. Thank you.
So good morning once again. My name is Muhammad Al Iman. I will strengthen our case by highlighting four more benefits of international expansion. The first one is global market access. Firstly, international expansion enables students and entrepreneurs to move beyond local boundaries and tap into diverse market around the world. By reaching international customers, students can increase their brand recognition, gain global visibility, and unlock new revenue opportunities. More importantly, they learn to understand different consumer needs and adapt their strategies to suit global demands, skills that are crucial in the modern business landscape. In short, expanding globally does not only grow a business, it broadens the entrepreneur's mindset, preparing them to compete on an international stage. So for the second point is exposure to diversity. Secondly, engaging with international partner, customer, and mentor exposes students to a wide range of culture and perspective. This diversity encourages creativity and innovation by challenging them to think beyond their comfort zones. When students learn from people with different value, tradition, and approaches, they develop cultural intelligence and emotional maturity. These are not just soft skills, they are essential leadership qualities that enable young entrepreneurs to navigate the global marketplace with empathy, respect, and adaptability. The third point is early competitive age. Venturing into global market early gives student entrepreneur a powerful competitive edge. They learn resilience, adaptability, and problem solving through real world experience rather than theory. By facing international challenge early, whether it be a competition, logistic, or regulation, they develop a level of maturity and confidence far beyond their years. While others are waiting to be ready, these students are already building experience, contact, and credibility. This early exposure positions them ahead of their peers in both business and employment, shaping them into future global leaders. So last but not least is access to resource and talent. International expansion grants access to invaluable resources from global incubator and funding program to mentorship network and advantage technologies. Students can collaborate with talented individuals from across the world, gaining insight and technical expertise unavailable locally. Through international competition, and innovation hubs, they receive guidance, exposure, and opportunities that accelerate their business growth. So that's all my point.
All right, Iman, thank you. My name is Nadia. Let me respond to the point raised by my opponent Iman. First, about global market access, while it sounds attractive, students lack the financial resources and sustainability. International operation, access alone does not guarantee success. It often leads to losses when students cannot meet global competition. Second, on exposure to diversity, yes, diversity builds skills, but this benefit is already possible through local, multicultural environment, exchange programs, or online collaboration without the heavy financial risk of launching a global business. Third, the idea of early competitive advantage. Entering global markets too early can actually create disadvantage. Student risk failure due to inexperience, which damage confidence and waste valuable time they could use to strengthen their knowledge and local network first. On access to resource talent, while cheaper supplier or advanced technology may exist abroad, international business also involve complex legal system, shipping costs, and compliance issues. These extra challenges outweigh the supposed advantage. As the second opposition speaker, I strongly assert that students lack sufficient capital and resources, high risk of failure. Most students don't have enough money or experience to start and sustain a business. Limited funds, lack of investor, and weak networks make their venture unstable and highly likely to fail. Second is academic commitment clash with business responsibility. Balancing studies and business is extremely difficult. Students must focus on classes, assignments, and exams, which often clash with running a business, causing stress and poor performance in both areas. Third is global market are too competitive for inexperienced students. The global market is dominated by experienced entrepreneurs and big companies. Students lack the skills, experience, and resources to compete effectively, making their business less likely to survive. Last but not least is vulnerability to exploitation and legal ethical risks. Inexperienced students can easily be exploited or make legal mistake. Without proper guidance, they might fall for scams, sign unfair deals, or face legal issues that harm their business and reputation. Next.
Thank you, Nadia. Now let me respond to the point raised by the opposition. While they may emphasize the risk and fear of international expansion, we see opportunity and growth. Yes, students may face limited capital, but today, global crowdfunding platform, international incubator, and youth entrepreneurship program provide the financial support needed to get started. Money is no longer the biggest barrier. Mindset is. As for academic commitment, they can be managed through discipline, teamwork, and time management. In fact, balancing both studies and business build real-world readiness, teaching responsibility, and resilience far beyond classroom learning. Regarding competition, every successful company once started small. Innovation and agility often outperform size and reputation. History proved that young entrepreneurs from Mark Zuckerberg to the founder of Grab succeeded because they dared to think differently, not because they started big. Finally, ethical and legal concern can be addressed through proper mentorship and global guidance program that prepare students to act responsibility. Therefore, when we weigh both sides, it is clear that the benefit of international expansion, global access, diversity, competitiveness, and opportunity far outweigh the challenge. By stepping onto the global stage early, student entrepreneur gains the skill, confidence, and mindset to become the next generation of world changer. So that's all from me.
All right, in conclusion, both sides presented strong argument. The proposition emphasized opportunity, innovation, and learning, while the opposition highlight financial, cultural, and practical constraints. Ultimately, the motion challenges whether student entrepreneurs should prioritize global ambition over academic and resource limitation. That's all from Group A. Thank you.
Thank you.